Hello everyone. My name is Alyssa Shah. I am the Development Manager for Make-A-Wish Canada's Newfoundland and Labrador chapter. So I have a bit of a presentation here today. My moral support is our Development Officer, Kirsten Parks. Like Jim said, we are a very small team of 3, so you're getting 2 out of the 3 today. Somebody had to stay back in the office. But I'm very excited to be here and very honored for the invitation. So you can go to the next slide, Kirsten. Make-A-Wish Canada is an independently operating affiliate of Make-A-Wish International. We create life-changing wishes for children with critical illnesses, and we are on a quest to bring every eligible child's wish to life, because a wish is an integral part of a child's treatment journey. Research shows that children who have wishes granted can build the physical and emotional strength they need to fight a critical illness. Make-A-Wish is the world's leading children's wish-granting organization, operating in 50 countries. Here in Canada, we serve children in every community from coast to coast. Since 1983, Make-A-Wish Canada has granted over 37,000 wishes across the country, with over 1,000 just last year alone. Next slide, please. Why wishes matter. In 2015, Make-A-Wish Israel conducted a study to measure how wish-granting experiences influence medical outcomes of children with critical illnesses. The results revealed wishes not only increased hope, but they also improved the children's physical and emotional health. The wishes made the impossible possible, helping children replace fear with confidence, sadness with joy, and anxiety with hope. We don't grant wishes for short-term smiles. We grant wishes to positively impact long-term health results. Make-A-Wish was the subject of this study to measure how wish-granting experiences influence the medical outcome of children with cancer. 66 children were evaluated during this study using 3 different verified, respected, widely used assessment tools. The tools qualify hope, positive emotions, health-related quality of life, and anxiety. It is possible that wishing enabled these children to dream about that seemed obtainable, out of reach, and thus created an experience of achieving the impossible, researchers wrote. And if the impossible can happen once, children can believe in the ability to live with even overcome their illnesses. That's the real purpose of a wish. So the types of wishes that we grant, the percentages that are here on the screen is actually taken from last year's wishes that we granted, so over the 1,000 that I had talked about. So the types of wishes that we grant are to give, so those who gave to them. On occasion we do have this. We have a little girl actually on the West Coast. Her name is Maeve, and she's currently in the process of opening her own ice cream shop, known as Mermave's Ice Cream. And some of the proceeds going back to Make-A-Wish was part of her wish. So that's one incredible story. And if you gave me a half an hour today, I could literally go on with the incredible wish kids that we have here in the province and across the country. We also have the wish to be, so they could be a celebrity for the day, a firefighter, police officer, a singer. We've had kids go to the Grammys. We've had kids create their own cookbooks and to become a chef, things like that. So the sky is the limit. The other wish is to meet, so that would also include a celebrity, an idol, a sports hero, etc. During anybody who's hockey fans in the room, we just sent, I think it was 10 from across the country to the All-Star Games in Toronto for the Maple Leafs and all of that sort of thing. We had kids that skated with them, got to meet them, go through the locker room, that sort of thing. The wish to have is one of our bigger wishes, so backyard makeovers, electronic packages, shopping sprees, which is a wish that we're actually granting tomorrow to a little girl that's local to here in St. John's. She hasn't signed off on publicity, so I can't really say much more than that, but she's in for a very fun day tomorrow. And the biggest wish that we have is to go, which is to travel. Our biggest destination, of course, being Walt Disney World. Next slide, please. In 2023, Make-A-Wish Canada granted wishes to over 576 different communities across the country. In 2023, Make-A-Wish Canada granted 1,389 wishes to children living with critical illnesses, so that's across the country. Make-A-Wish Canada engages over 1,000 volunteers across the country to raise funds and to grant wishes. We also grant 4 wishes on average each day, all year long, so our need is constant. Make-A-Wish is the world's largest wish-granting organization, operating in 50 countries and territories on 6 continents through 39 different affiliations right across the world. Make-A-Wish Canada serves families in every province and territory and is the 2nd largest global affiliate behind Make-A-Wish America, which is where Make-A-Wish originated. Some of you in the room might be familiar with the Children's Wish Foundation. Children's Wish and Make-A-Wish actually merged in 2019. And we always get the question, why did you do that? Children's Wish was a very local thing, started in Atlantic Canada, and it's just essentially to make awareness larger and for kids to wish bigger. Make-A-Wish Canada has so many more opportunities, like Give Kids the World, for example, and Disney is a pavilion in which only Wish kids and their families can travel to. Every Wish family that travels there has their own star that's actually engraved and placed on the wall. So there's thousands there. It's a very magical place. So our mission for Make-A-Wish is together we create life-changing wishes for children with critical illness. Make-A-Wish Canada has granted almost 39,000 wishes over the past 40 years. We celebrated our 40th anniversary last year. And this is Connor. So Connor is a local Wish kid. Like I said, our 40th anniversary was last year, so we have a great partnership in WestJet and Blue Cross. Which we actually took full advantage of last year. We sent 40 families, 40 Wish kids and their families to Disney, 1 plane, 1 trip, and Connor actually got to go on that. So Connor is from the west coast of Newfoundland, and his wish was to go to Disney. Every 20 minutes, a family hears the devastating news that their child is diagnosed with a critical illness, resulting in an unimaginable stress for families just like Connor's. 6-year-old Connor's health journey began in the NICU at the Janeway, where he spent his first 2 weeks of life and then was airlifted to a children's hospital for open heart surgery. He was a fighter from the very start. Life had more challenges in store for Connor when his parents discovered a sinister lump in his belly, landing to stage 4 liver cancer diagnosis. A year full of grueling chemotherapy and an invasive surgery followed, but Connor faced it all with unwavering strength. Connor's journey has been far from easy. He has also been living with Dandy-Walker syndrome, Beckwith-Weirdrum syndrome, and scoliosis, and the surgeries just kept coming after that. Stomach surgery, bowel surgery, hernia surgery, shunt surgery, and the list seemed endless to Connor and his parents. Yet through it all, Connor's smile remained bright, and then Connor's family received the call that he was eligible for a wish. Hope began to fill their hearts. This past summer, Connor's most heartfelt wish to go to a Florida theme park came true. He was part of Make-A-Wish Canada's historic 40th anniversary wish trip, our first group trip that we've ever done. Like I said, we took 40 families from across Canada, 9 of which were actually from Newfoundland and Labrador. So we had the most out of any province across Canada to go on this trip, which is pretty spectacular for our small team of 3 to kind of take on and handle. So they went from Toronto to Orlando on a specially chartered aircraft to experience the trip of a lifetime. Connor's mom shared that the magic in Connor's eyes was unbelievable. For the entire 7-day trip, Connor's eyes were wide with excitement, and he took in the enchanting atmosphere and the thrill of the rides. She explained that all of their trips to the hospital throughout Connor's medical journey were all far from the front of their minds, and they were able to just be a family once again, creating memories. And that was all thanks to Make-A-Wish. So locally, here in Newfoundland and Labrador, we currently have 55 wishes in waiting, which simply means that our staff have a lot of work to do in the next year to make every wish of every eligible child across Newfoundland and Labrador possible. So all money that's raised in Newfoundland and Labrador actually stays within our province to assist our own wishes first. All funds raised as an organization goes towards granting life-changing wishes for children with critical illnesses. But our mission as a whole is to grant the wish of every eligible child in Canada. How is the money raised? Well, we're a small staff of 3, which serves the entire province. We host several events throughout the year and rely heavily on volunteers and stakeholders to help us fulfill our mission. So ways that you could get involved is volunteering, hosting your own fundraiser, referring a child, ages 3 to 7. It has to go through a medical professional or a social worker, but you can kind of get the ball rolling on that if you know somebody, and of course, spreading the word. So some of the key events that we do here in Newfoundland, is Black Tie Pub Night Heroes Challenge. So this is our gala style event we have created, but without the gala style feel. So black tie is optional. However, where the traditional gala feel ends is at your attire. Each table in the room is assigned with a wish story or a local child, and you compete to help us grant a wish. So each table has to collect points throughout the night. Pub-style food is served, and different games and challenges are competed for points, including giant Jenga, bingo, trivia, wheel of wishes, etc. The top 2 teams then face off in a karaoke showdown, and then the audience gets to vote. It's a very fun night for us. We also host Jigs and Reels for Wishes in partnership with Oz FM. So it's our annual fundraiser in which we kind of take over the radio station for the day with the lovely Danielle Butt. And it's always held on the first Sunday in November. We take pledges, song requests, that sort of thing, and we use this unique opportunity to showcase like a year in a view kind of style. So we review all of the events throughout the year, third parties, first parties, some ran by volunteers. We have Wish Kids come in, we have volunteers come in and talk about the importance of our mission. So this kind of gives shout outs to major stakeholders and donors and shares some heartfelt wish stories throughout the entire province and from our Wish alumni. Next slide, please. Our annual Wish Tree campaign is in partnership with the RCMP. It's a long-standing tradition in which detachments from all over the province come together to kick off the holiday season. For this campaign, each $25 donation turns a red bulb white, and the goal of having a completely white Christmas in support of Wish children and their families. So the RCMP have been conducting this campaign for over 30 years and have been very large supporters of our mission. Next slide, please. This one, you can tell that there's a lot of pictures. This one is the event that I'm most responsible for, and one that we are so very proud of. Run the Rock is the largest event we host here in Newfoundland and Labrador, but it's also the largest fundraiser in Atlantic Canada. Heading into their 29th year this summer, Run the Rock takes 16 sailors from His Majesty's ship St. John's on a relay-style run across Newfoundland, running over 900 kilometers from Port aux Basques to St. John's in 15 days. We've had such tremendous success from this event, but it would never be possible without volunteers, community support, service clubs, and the wonderful partnership that we have developed with the Royal Canadian Navy. I travel every year with the crew, but I do not run a single kilometer. I can promise you that it's no small feat for them to do that, but it's also no small feat to take care of 16 sailors. When the sailors are not running, they're standing all day at gas stations, Tim Hortons locations, restaurants, you name it, asking for donations for our Wish Kids and their families. The crew is able to see what true Newfoundland and Labrador hospitality is while traveling across the island. And aside from raising money and running, I always joke that I make the mainlanders into Newfoundlanders by the end of the trip, as you can see with the ugly stick and the sou'westers. So last year they actually had a competition in Woody Point. The Woody Point Legion actually is one of our largest supporters of this event. Woody Point, as a community itself, less than 1,000 people raised over $10,000, which is just incredible. They give keys to their ATVs to the crew. We have an ugly stick competition, I guess you would call it, but it's always the mainlanders who win, so I'm a little disappointed in that. And the sou'wester last year was a little bit of a joke for us because it literally rained every single day of the 16-day run last year. So I took it amongst myself to buy the crew some sou'westers so they could become honorary Newfoundlanders. So that, they're absolute troopers for everything that they do. This is considered a civilian mission for them. And they all have tremendous support from their commanding officer and things like that. So their run will be conducted in July this year. It will be their 29th annual. We also have a Wish Kid. He's in one of the pictures somewhere. I think he's in the bottom left corner. So that's Carter. Carter is my little buddy. Carter is from Stephenville, Newfoundland. He received his wish from the crew in 2008. 2018. He's not old enough for that. And they presented him with a cake to say that he was going to Disney. So ever since then, he's been an honorary member of the crew. And he puts the crew to the test. He says, if I'm going to fundraise $200, you're going to fundraise $400, or you're getting a nice bucket over the head. And that's just how it happens for them. So it truly embodies community spirit here in Newfoundland. It's one of our most amazing events.